Who's your mum ringing?
The estate agent.
Why? We're late.
Hello, it's Mrs. Neal. I'm sorry we got a bit lost. I hope we haven't kept you hanging about.
Not to worry. By the time I've locked up the office and driven over, we should both arrive at the cottage together. No problem. Bye.
Got a bit lost.
Your girl gave me the key.
But this property's not for sale. My client will be here at any moment. You do see what I mean. It would be best if you left. Call in the office sometime. I'm sure we can
tell
find...
me, you're sure you can find me something equally suitable?
Yeah, of course.
Your client knows what happened here, of course. You gonna tell her?
I think somebody should, don't you?
How do you do? I thought you and your husband...
I'm afraid he couldn't get away from the office. This is Mike.
Hello.
Penny.
Hello.
And friend Tom.
Hello.
How do you do?
Hey, this is good. It's old. Didn't think it was this big. Hey, look at the stove. Look in the old kitchen. Look. This is a big landing. It's a bedroom, you divvy. I'm having this room.
My room's better than yours. No, it's not. Mine hasn't got stairs in.
I like that.
Tom, come look at my room. Forget it. Look, one room.
Staying at the guest house in the village.
I'm not sharing with you.
And what makes you think I want to share with you?
Certainly going to need some money spent on it.
We could DIY it ourselves.
And if we're only going to use it for the odd weekend.
I want to live here all the time.
If you do decide to sell, I would...
Sell it?
What's wrong with it?
Do shut up, you two, just for a moment.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
I'll be in touch. When I am trying to have a conversation, I just wish you would not butt in. How many times have I told you?
Too many. How are you going to manage with only 2 bedrooms?
Mike's going to sleep down here. In the old timber.
Very
Nice one. I'm going in the garden.
So am I.
What do you think of the cottage, Tom?
I knew what it'd look like.
That's supposed to be tiredness, so they say.
I'm not tired.
I am. And I know that I've been here before, feeling... You arrive somewhere strange, and your eyes are working faster than your tired old brain, and something inside you says, I know this place, which of course you do. Your eyes have seen it a fraction of a second before your brain's told you you've seen it.
Mom!
Do stop shouting.
Come and look at the old barn.
Got a great idea what to use the big one for. You creep. It was my idea.
Calm down, there's no rush. We're here for 2 whole days.
From Eve.
mother.
She's not my mother.
Mum, come and look at these pigeonholes.
Hi, my name's Julian Reed. I live up the other end of the village in a small house. I've put together lots of interesting documents, pictures, antique objects, all to do with this area. It's open to the public, by appointment, that is.
Somewhere for you children to go tomorrow?
In fact, I've twice as many exhibits as I've room for.
Why don't you go into the garden? Mr. Reed, thank you for letting us know about your collection.
Let me start again. I'd like to talk about this place.
You're a decorator.
Wrong. I'd like to put in a first offer if you're thinking of selling the cottage. Once I've converted those barns, this would make an ideal museum.
The estate agent said it had a history,
But obviously he didn't tell you it's special.
special. In what way?
Well, he didn't tell you it's a plague cottage. That over the weekend the plague killed off the family of 4.
Well, that's interesting. We could go off to the churchyard tomorrow, couldn't we? And look for their graves.
You'd be wasting your time. They're not buried there.
Oh, where then?
Out here, in your garden. That boy of 11 staying here. He died all alone a few days later.
Where's the boy buried?
Somewhere in the hills. Nobody knows where. But I'm working on it.
You're both mad. Does he look like a crook? The best crooks never do. Well, he certainly doesn't want us in the cottage.
Lights out, now.
Oh, 5 minutes on your sleep.
No arguments,
Yes.
protests, or whining little noises. I want you fresh for the morning.
It's dead early.
We'll find something interesting to do together.
Like digging up the garden.
There are times, Michael Neal, when I could gladly... No, I won't say it. Good night, you two.
Mum, are you going to sell the cottage to that man?
It's too soon to say. Fold this, please. Anyway, Mr. Nichols left it for us to enjoy, so he wouldn't want us to sell it, would he?
What if he's dead? How would you know?
Pass. Into bed.
Do you think it's spooky?
Damp, certainly. In need of a few tins of paint, absolutely.
Lost my torch.
Spooky, absolutely not.
Got it.
Into bed.
Supposing the people who died there have turned into ghosts.
And supposing you get into bed and go to sleep.
I'm serious, Mum.
So am I. Look, the past is the past. The present is now. And soon it'll be tomorrow. So go to sleep.
Are you coming up soon?
When you're asleep.
Leave it open, Mum, please.
Sweet dreams, boys.
I didn't dream it. If he was looking through the window, he'd only have to be 30 feet tall. That bell, what sort was it? Like goats have round the neck. You should get one for yourself. The people shouting. That was at the cottage. How come we didn't hear them then? I heard that bell there. You saw him? No. But he must have been there.
I'm going to the cottage. Come over when you're finished.
Tom says it's haunted.
Good, I'll let you know if I see anything. I'm scared.
Mum, really?
Looks as if the weather's going to buck up. Wouldn't you say? I thought we'd go for a drive and a nice long walk.
On the top of the road at the back here, they've got a good view of Eyam.
What's Eyam?
Have you not heard of the heroes of Eyam and the plague? Whatever do they teach them these days? Oh, it's all right, Elsie. When you cleared away the plates, you can go up into the rooms. Don't mind young Elsie not speaking. It's just her way.
There's a pamphlet on Eyam on the hall table. And you should see what's in Mr. Reeve's house. He's the expert.
Yes, on all kinds of strange things.
Oh, give him a ring first.
That sounds a good idea. Doesn't it? Do you like museums, Tom?
He should be in one.
I hate museums. What's the hurry, Tom?
We're here.
I'm sorry, I have to go out. Just after you rang, I had a call about a house with the furniture.
It's for sale.
They started moving around the room. I must investigate. You understand?
Of course. Another time, then.
Why can't we go inside?
He's got a date with a poltergeist.
Very funny.
That's exactly what he said.
Mum.
OK, then. Don't believe your own mother. On with the next. Cottage first, or a walk in the hills? I say cottage. Tom?
Walk.
You too?
Cottage.
Terrific. Sometimes I think democracy and freedom are totally incompatible.
What does that mean?
It means we're going for a walk. See the village to the right there? The right, Penny. That's Eyam.
Can you still catch the plague?
Not here.
You've already got it. It's a red spot there, one there and
I
another.
wouldn't make any jokes
have a
about
look,
it
please?
down in Eyam if I were
What's
you.
having a laugh?
There's nothing wrong with it. But we wouldn't have been laughing if we'd lived in those times.
And they didn't get red spots. They were black. That's why they called it the Black Death. And 260 of them died out of 350, leaving 91 survivors. Let's have a look.
That's right. Just a minute, young man. 260 from 350 leaves 90. You've one too many.
From the bedroom window, and suddenly he vanished. He vanished. And if we've got to go back tomorrow, we won't have found out anything. What's there to find out? Oh, nothing at all. Don't get sarky with me. Then don't ask stupid questions. How could you see the mist and we didn't? What mist? You think your mum would let us stay on? What mist? When I was back there. I don't know what you're talking about, but there was a mist and I missed it.
Will you shut up? Listen, me and Tom want to stay on. I'm going to ask Mum if we can. Do you want to?
Why do you want to stay?
Do you want to or not?
No.
Great, that means me and him can. Mum wants us all to go back together.
Anyway, she'll say no.
Want to bet?
Bar of chocolate.
Big or small?
Medium.
Absolutely out of the question.
But Mum was sensible
The
enough.
subject is closed.
We're not saying get lost. You've lost your bet and you won't admit it.
What a bet. Mrs. Barrow would enjoy looking after us.
Sometimes I wonder what I've done to deserve a son like you.
And I feel the same way about you.
God, give me strength. Tom, wouldn't your parents mind?
Well, if you say it's okay, it's okay.
And I suppose the idea is that I come and collect you at the weekend.
Yes, please.
What would you do with yourselves all day?
We'll think of something. But we can't say much television because they haven't got one. Worse luck.
That's absolutely right. That's almost enough to decide me.
Both of us keeping watch is crazy. Why don't we take it in turns? Well, we could. But you didn't see him on the hill, did you? No, I didn't. But so what? He must be invisible to you. If you look through that window, I'll see him all right. Your mum's all right, isn't she? Sometimes. This is a right waste of time.
What time is it?
It's 1:20. I think he's come back. Shh. If he has, he's changed into a cat. Just because we can't see him doesn't mean say he's not there. That's what old Elmsy said about God. He could be hiding behind the tree. What's he waiting for then? If he's there? Who knows? Go and ask him. Why not? I was only joking. If Mum finds out, she won't let us stay. You know that, don't you?
Mum, I'm thirsty.
Oh, Penny, really?
The door!
£1 for you.
Oh, thanks.
And one for you.
Oh,
and £1 for you.
Mum gave me money.
I'm sure she did. But fair's fair. While you're with us, you're part of the family, see?
Thanks very much.
I've left some more money with Mrs. Barrow for emergencies. But you're not to worry her for it. She's got strict instructions from me not to be taken in by anything you say.
Why are you looking at me?
I've no idea. I'm off. Nobody's changed their mind about staying?
What about the key to the cottage?
What about it?
Can we have it?
Who's going to be responsible for it then?
Me! I'm the oldest.
I knew there'd be arguments, as usual. So, to save any further problems, I'm giving this to Tom to look after.
Oh, that is not fair.
Neil, Mrs. Neil, for the journey.
That's really thoughtful, thank you.
Elsie.
And thank you for looking after the monsters, Mrs. Barrow. Just don't let them talk you into anything. Especially my son, the godfather
Mom!
here. And as for you, take a glass of water with you when you go to bed tonight. I can't see you going down in the middle of the night all by your little self.
I'm not little.
You are in the middle of the night. We all are. See you at the weekend, Mrs. Barrow.
And they'll be all right, don't you worry.
I won't.
See you, Mum.
Bye.
Thanks for letting us stay, Mrs. Neil.
Do you know, I'm really disappointed in you lot.
Know what we're supposed to have done?
It's what you haven't done. I'm leaving you and there's not a tear in sight. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
See you, Mrs. Neil. See ya. Bye, Mum. Bye. Bye, Mum. Now what? I'll tell you what you're going to do. Oh, no, you won't. You're going to the village shop to buy my chocolate. Yes, you bet. I'll buy it when we get home. Mum gave me money to pay up.
Sorry about yesterday. I mean, if you and your mother want to come over after...
She'll be back at the weekend.
I'm off to look over the mountain rescue post, make my regular check in the equipment. Do you want to come along? Yeah. Well, you better go and ask Mrs. Barrow.
Okay.
Do you know Derbyshire?
Not very well.
No, it's like no other place I know. Drive through green hills full of sheep. Round the next corner, you see countryside so desolate you think you're on the moon. Full of contrast. These are called green marker sticks.
Thanks, Julie.
You're in trouble. All you do is this. Just hold it up. Give it a snap. A bit of a shake. And look.
Hey, it's really good.
You'd be surprised how much light they give out on a dark night.
Can we go up there?
Well, ropes, equipment, and a lot of experience you can.
Scary. That's stupid.
No, scary's right. Whole place brimming over with superstition, tales of the devil. A ram 10 yards high, teeth like regiments of men. All sorts of gruesome tales. There was a famous murder a couple of centuries back right here at Winnett's Pass. A young couple were killed by 5 men who were never caught, but they all died strange and horrible deaths. The last one to die confessed on his deathbed. Confession's good for the soul, but forgiveness, that's hard, especially for our village.
Why?
Because of what happened there.
What was that?
It's a bad, sad story about ordinary, good people who turned into savages.
In our village? How? Why?
Through fear.
Of what?
Or probably fear itself. But who can know the real truth about the past? Well, let's not spoil a great afternoon. Ask Mr. Barrow to tell you about it like he told me.
Pull her up, Julian. Change for you next time you're in. Come on, I'll see you back. Go on, straight back. Come on. All right, on you go.
Any more ideas?
No.
It can't be the same man.
We know that.
Who says it can't?
It can't.
Why not?
Supper will be ready in an hour.
Great. Well, I'm not staying out here. Really stupid you having the key. It's your fault for arguing.
I've got as much right to it as you.
Take it.
Oh no, if anyone's going to lose it, I want it to be you.
Perhaps you want me to have it and you don't want me to have it and you think I'm stupid.
Grow up yourself.
Sorry we stayed.
Sorry she has.
She's not so bad. It's good, that.
Yeah. No sounds coming from the walls today, then?
Maybe I can only hear them when I'm on my own.
Take a hint, you know.
You should see your faces.
Got over a little moody, have we?
With them being buried in the garden, I wouldn't have thought they'd be in coffins. Coffins? They carried them out the front door. When? In this dream I had.
When?
Just now. And when it ended, this mist came over and covered me.
You weren't up there long enough to have slept.
Well, your watch must have stopped then, mustn't it?
And what if it wasn't a dream?
What's that supposed to mean?
On that hill, the boy was in the mist. What are you two on about?
I don't have to be the only one to see things. Maybe now you started to.
Great! Now it's 2 against 1.
Do you know, sometimes you can be so pointless. I'm going back to the guest house. Come in, Tom.
Come in, Tom. He's my friend, not yours.
Tom, don't forget
Shall we go? I'm hungry.
Anyone want any more?
Oh, not for me, thanks.
That was one of your best, love.
That was nice, thank you.
Really enjoyed that.
Lovely. Were you born in the village?
Certainly not.
You make it sound as if you were glad.
Is that because of what happened here? Mr. Reed said you'd tell us about it.
Black Friday, that's what it became known as.
Every man and woman were equally guilty for what they did to him.
Who?
The boy from Eam. How old are you?
11 and a bit.
So was he. And no one stood up for him.
There was one, so the story goes, that tried to stop them. But one against all the rest that were hopeless.
You could argue the wrong started in Eam. You see, there were this family. And like all the other families, they had agreed to stay in the village, knowing they'd die. And yet, if there was a way of saving their youngest, then why not take it?
If we'd been his mother and father, we would have done the same.
What was that?
Try and smuggle him out.
Eam people were being buried every week. Not in churchyards, mind, but in lonely places, in their own gardens, to try and stop the spread of the plague. Well, this family pretended their boy were dead, that he died from the plague. Then they had to pretend to bury him. Well, burying something in the garden wrapped in a sheet, that were easy enough to fake. But the worst bit, why, that was when the time came for the boy to go. With so many people already dead in Eam, the lad must have known that he'd never see any of his family alive again. There were guards all round the borders of the village, but the boy did get out of Eam, and he made his way over the hill to this village, to a family that lived in your cottage.
Our cottage?
Aye, that's right. But 3 days after he arrived, the whole family died, probably from the plague. The boy was all right, but now he was on his own. Then a woman saw him, recognized him. She knew he was from Eam, and she must have shouted it out, for the whole village turned on him, blaming him for the death of the family. They ran him out into the hills. Some nights later he crept back, probably for some food. He was seen, so they handed him over to the blacksmith. They put a bell round his neck like an animal, so it could be heard if he came back. Well, he did come back, and they killed him. After that, a lot of families moved out for a time. They couldn't face the shame. Most came back, but it's never been lived down. You take today, I suppose there's only a handful of people living here now that will admit to being related to anyone from that time.
But it wasn't only the shame that made them clear out after what they did. Country people, being superstitious, they'd be terrified that the ghost of that child would come back one night and take its revenge. And a lot of them still believe it.
Why? She'll get our Mr. Reed onto all that stuff, and in 5 minutes she'll have goose pimples the size of oranges.
What's he say about them, then?
The goose pimples or the oranges?
Ghosts.
Well, Julian, well, he believes we should all go out of our way to be nice to them.
Ah, even if there were such things, which there aren't, I'd avoid them like the plague.
He even got me at it when we went up the Chateau Peak together. That's high above the village. We were looking for the boy's grave. Oh, it's a right desolate place as that.
Why does he think it's up there and not in a field somewhere?
Because of the old saying, a cave is no grave for a boy so brave.
Cave.
Mike, wake up! He's in the garden! Mike! So we'd both seen him. Where's Mike? Asleep. I woke him, but he couldn't hear the bell. He really couldn't hear the bell. Take a look. This bit of grass, it's all white. No ring. Must have picked it up. Do you think he's still here? Somewhere. I want to go back in a minute. I mean, go back home. I'm going to phone Mum early to come and collect us. We'll talk about it in the morning. There's nothing to talk about. We've got to look for the cave. Don't have to look for anything. I want to get away from this place and I'm never coming back. What about the cottage? Hate it. Penny. What are you going to tell her? I saw a ghost. I want to come home.
You don't want to hear the truth. You're too scared even to get out of bed.
You didn't see anything. You just want to show off in front of Tom.
Pretending you didn't hear the bell, but you daren't admit it in front of your friend.
Why didn't you go back with Mum? Damien won't be wasting time trying to get her to come and fetch your precious little girl.
You know what you are, don't you? You're just jealous.
Shut up, you two!
Once a pig, always a pig.
I'll try again in an hour. Just because she wants to go back, well, I'll have to. She's a pain.
She's frightened.
Pretending to be.
Do you think she and me made it all up?
When we stayed awake all night, did we see anything? Did we?
It wasn't all night.
We saw nothing, right?
You coming, Tom? Yeah. Go on being dumb. It's your problem.
Where are you going?
Mind your own business.
Where are we going?
I don't know.
Where are you going?
Yes, I do.
Come in. Come in. 2 more won't make any difference. Got a few visitors.
So you see, for the poor people in those days, life was very hard indeed. And when they were struck down with the plague, there was nothing they could do to stop it spreading. Why? Michelle?
Don't know, miss.
Pay attention, everybody. Look at me.
Bit cramped.
Where'd you get all this from?
No one
Summer
knew
boat, get given
anything.
things,
Where's
swap with
your
other
grandma?
collectors.
Now, can anyone tell me how the plague travelled from London to Eam?
British Rail. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Barrow, where we're staying. Well, they said that you like talking about ghosts.
Talking to them's much better.
See the drawing of the
Don't move. I'll show you a ghost I'm dying to meet.
And he had ordered some cloth to be sent from London.
And these drawings were made 100 years ago by a boy from the village called Matthew Belford. His parents had the shop. Who do you think that is? Mr. Barrow told you about the boy from Eam. That's his ghost.
Pay attention, everybody.
We're not the only ones to have seen him.
The bubonic or glandular plague acquired its name from the carbuncles or tumours which affected the victims.
He's got a bell around his neck. What would you do if you saw a ghost?
Same as you, wet me knickers.
We've seen him. You what? Last night.
Miss, they've seen a ghost.
Come back over here, please. Come on. Well,
When did you first see him?
2 nights ago.
about today.
I was going to get you to show me this. Who is it?
Nobody knew what what caused the plague? First. It was less than 100 years ago that a famous scientist discovered that it's carried by a tiny parasite living inside fleas which live on rats. Instead of making noises, pay attention, please. I won't say it again.
There's no time to lose. He'll be gone after tonight. He's supposed to stay 3 nights. That's how long he was here when they drove him to his death. So this is our last chance. Don't want to have to wait another 100 years.
100 years?
Yeah, that's right. At last. He might show us where he's buried. It's like being lost. As long as somebody knows where it is, then he can be at peace. Well, I don't expect you to agree with me on that. Anyway, it's lucky you saw him on that hill. That's where we'll start from. Now go get your anoraks and get changed into some strong shoes. And bring some chocolate and biscuits. Could be a long wait up there. And I'll meet you at the footpath sign at the other end of the village. Okay?
You're not from this area, are you?
No, I'm from Scotland, but my ancestors were from this village. I don't know if they helped to kill the boy or tried to stop it. That's why I came back, to find out. We need these up there. You in front, Tom? And us a little further off. Ready and waiting the moment you make contact.
How do you know it's the right place?
You mean, how does he know it's the right place? Oh, he knows. He's watching you. All the time. Even now.
Good to get some sweets. Over. Don't forget. Over. Don't forget what? Over. Penny owes you a bar of chocolate. Over.
Trust you to remember.
We'll share it. Agreed. Over.
Agreed, over.
Under.
Everything's there, Mr. Riley.
If you say so, Jenny.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
What would you like?
I'll have one of those. Do you have a smaller one?
Who's it for? You or him?
Him, but I'm paying for it.
They don't make a smaller one.
How much for the apples, please?
25. On your holidays?
Sort of. We came to look at our cottage.
Yours is 37. Yours is 41. I thought there were 2 children, not 3.
They are, me and her. We go to the same school.
Yours is 25 for the apples and 15's 40. You've not paid.
Why didn't you tell me you'd come back to bed? Bye. I reckon we should keep an eye on her. Yeah. She's in a hurry. Yeah. Who's she going to tell? Tell what? About the ring. I'll follow her. I can. She's gone into the garage.
Can you hear me?
I'm at the garage.
I should have guessed that.
And he's closed it.
We're coming over. Over.
Where are you rushing off to?
She's jogging.
Oh, where's your sister?
Timing goes at the other end.
What?
See you at supper.
Do you all like chicken? Oh, well, I hope they do, because that's what they're getting. Oh, wish I could run like that.
Those were the days, Mrs. Barrow, eh?
I used to be able to, you know. I did.
Here. Nothing's happened. happened? They're still inside. Over there. What's the point being stuck in here? When they do come out, who knows when that'll be? What do we do then? What can we do? Nothing. I'm going to take a look. Don't be stupid. He's been spotted. I told him. Better go. They'll see us. Not if we're careful. This is Tom. I hope you can hear me. When I looked through that window, the blacksmith saw me, and the woman from the shop. She shouted at me. I had to get away from them. Tom, where are you? I doubt he's got it switched on. Probably not. Stopped. Do we go or do we stay? Go. Stay. This is Tom calling from the edge of some wood. Between you and me, I think I could be a bit lost. But I'll know more where I am when I can get out the other side. With any luck, I might be near enough to see the top of that hill. Anyone there? Over! The trees don't help. Range? 400 yards? Hello, Tom. Are you receiving me? Are you receiving me? Over. He's out of range. Tom, this is mine. Do you read me? Tom, this is mine. Come in if you read me. Over. Forgotten, don't you? You're supposed to meet Julian. What's his name at the finger? Oh, no. This is Tom. I'm in the middle of this wood. I can't see a way out. come back. Well, it seems to be clearing. I don't know where I am. I'm all on my own. No, I'm not.
You boy! And Ian! You killed him! You killed them all!
I heard a woman shouting something about Ian. Must be Swan's radio. No, sounds like a lot of people shouting. I can't hear anything.
Tom, this is Mike. We're in the wood. We're in the wood. Mike, this is Tom. I mean, it's Mike, over. Hey, Tom. Tom! Where are you? Tom!
Shh. I can hear something. Sounds like the sea.
The sea's doing here.
It is people shouting. Listen. We've got to go back, else we'll lose our way in this.
Can't.
We're going back now. Tom's over there. On the other side. The other side of what? The other side of the mist.
Who knows where they are? It could take all night.
I rang air rescue. They're on standby.
We'll not be short of volunteers from village.
It's happening at last.
Guess who's organising sandwiches and hot drinks?
Your wife, of course.
Jenny Belfit.
Jenny Belfit?
Aye, it was her idea. She knocked on every door. She even roped in young Elf.
Well, that means the final round has started.
Final round? Where's the fight?
In the village. Up there.
Mount a guard. Make sure you don't come back to the village. It'll be 2 of you at a time.
I want one of you to come back with me now to fetch food for the men on guard. Can I meet Jenny?
What about food for the boy? We can't let him starve.
If you want him fed, then feed him yourself.
Right.
I will at that.
Do you think we should go up higher?
Well, we'll cover this bit logically on the highland, wouldn't it?
All right.
Julian. I know where he is.
We've got to dig him out. We can't shift these rocks on our own. We can try. All those weird people will come back. They won't. They will. Wanna bet?
Good evening. You okay?
Yes!
What's in here?
This was his. Have it for the museum.
Thank you. Hold on.
You know what you've done, don't you?
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You've helped the village get back its heart. So, where do we go from here? Next stop the world?